Welcome, Mike Martinez, public adjuster, and today we're going to talk about certain things that you should do to prepare. Actually, certain things that are important before, during, and after a storm. First thing you want to keep in mind before the storm is to be aware of what the severity of the storm is. Be keenly aware if your city, township, or county is advising evacuation. If they're advising that the storm is going to be very bad and you need to evacuate, then take heed of that advice. Move yourself out of the area to avoid any kind of disaster, so you're not in the middle of the disaster. There's nobody, everybody else is evacuated, and now you're running around there by yourself and you don't have access to any kind of help. So if they're advising that you evacuate, then yes, move and get yourself out of the area. The second thing that you want to do is you want to supply yourself with things that you may need. Maybe they're telling you that the storm is coming by and they're not asking you to evacuate, but it's important that you go out there and you supply yourself with the things that you need. Some of the things that you might want to consider having is extra batteries, a full tank of gas, extra food just in case your shopping area is being affected. Extra candles, a radio. You want to have your phone charged up at the moment where the storm is passing by, just in case you lose electricity. You want to be able to maintain communication lines, so that's very, very important. And you want to keep these things near where you're going to be. If you're going to be in the basement, for instance, of your home while the storm is passing, make sure you have all that stuff there, just in case the electricity goes out, the power goes out, and now you're in a dark home and you have to squander around the radios in one place and the candles or the batteries or the flashlights are in one place. Keep them all in one centralized area where you're going to be and you'll have access to them at all times. The third thing you want to keep in mind before the actual storm passes is to secure any furniture, anything that could be blown around from the outside. If you have a patio set, if you have tables set up or chairs set up or a swing set up, make sure that you secure that, because if the winds are strong enough, they may come crashing against your home and that can cause damage. Now, what you want to do while the storm is passing, first of all, be aware of the fact that, even a few minutes seems like a long time, right? When you're scared and you see all this commotion, all this chaos going on. But keep in mind that it will pass, and it usually doesn't take more than a few minutes before it moves on to another area. So just keep that in mind. So you want to be in a secure area. If that's your basement, if you have one, then everybody should be there. You should be away from the windows. And obviously you want to be inside the home. So those are some of the things that you want to keep in mind while you're going through this little turbulence, right? Now, when it's over, you want to go outside and, obviously you want to make sure that, everything is passed. You don't want to do this where it's, you want to give yourself enough time. But once you know that it's safe to go outside, then you want to assess the area, assess your property, see if there was any damage that happened, that occurred during the time, see if there's any downed trees. You have to be extremely careful with down power lines. And one of the things that you want to do, actually, you want to be able to take a paper and a pen and jot things down as you're doing your assessment. All right, we got a tree down over here, we got a block in the roadway over there. We have a power line that's off. You want to absolutely stay away from any kind of power lines. You want to immediately contact your power supply company and let them know that that's the issue. And it's important to do that immediately because they handle these things as they come along. So if you're, one of the first people that says, hey, I got an issue here and we got a down power line, then you're going to be at the top of the list there, and they work it accordingly. So And of course, they work it based on severity, but you want to keep them in tune, keep them informed as to what's going on. Don't rely on somebody else doing that for you. So just keep that in mind. So you want to go out there, you want to assess your area, see what's going on, see how the roads are, because sometimes trees or other objects are blown into the road, and now essentially the road is blocked off or inaccessible. So you want to keep those things in mind. That's something that you want full awareness of. You want to be able to know if something else happens and I have to evacuate, what are my exit routes, right? What's my exit strategy? So that's very, very important. And again, you want to just check your property and make sure that there was no damage. If there was damage, make sure you jot that down. If possible, take some pictures of it. You want to document your damages as soon as they happen or as soon as you're aware of them, so that you can pass that on. Now, another thing that you may want to do is, once everything is done, once the storm has passed by, you want to go and open and close every one of the doors in your home and the windows in your home, because sometimes, believe it or not, the wind is that strong, or maybe you have an impact from something that actually jolts your home, and now your windows and doors don't work properly. And that's something you want to be aware of right away. You don't want to let it pass and then say, hey, I tried to open my window in spring, and and this happened back in fall, right? And now the window doesn't open. So that's going to be a little bit more challenging for your insurance company. And again, I mean, that's a big claim if you have a shifting of your home and now your windows are not working properly, your doors are not working properly. That's something that you want to keep in mind. So just go through the house, make sure that all your windows open and close properly, all your doors open and close properly. And if you do have an issue, the first thing you want to do is, I mean, you can go and call the insurance company yourself, but as a public adjuster, I can tell you that it's always beneficial to have somebody assess your damage beforehand, to be able to go out there and give the insurance company an accurate description and kind of lay the groundwork for your claim, rather than just going out there ill-informed or not properly informed and then going out there and putting a claim out there. The insurance companies are notorious for taking advantage of those situations, and they're notorious for asking you questions that you may not have the answer to, that can derail your claim. So what you want to do is make sure that you have all your ducks in place, so that you know what was the peril, what caused the damage, what type of damage it is, what type of materials need to be replaced, what type of labor, all these things need to be in place when you're going to execute a claim properly. When you don't execute a claim properly, then you're at their mercy, right? They come over and they put their claims adjuster out there. He does his assessment, and he's going to give you whatever it is that he sees is, whatever it is that he sees he wants to give you. Bottom line, it is your burden of proof to go out there and say, this is my damage. This is what I have to, what I have to replace. And if that is the case, if you have a significant damage, even small damage may lead to a significant thing. Like I said, opening up a window, now you open up a window, or you can't open up a window, or you open up a window and it doesn't close properly. That's a significant claim, because now we're talking about a shift in the structure of your property. Big claim there. So again, if you don't know what you're doing, I always advise, and again, I'm a public adjuster, so I advise, get on the phone with me. Say, hey Mike, this past storm that passed by, I got this issue. This thing happened. This tree fell on my property, or fell on my home, or I had my roof peel off. Whatever the issue is, let's discuss it. Let's see if your policy covers that, and then let's present that the right way so that you get the most money back. And that's what it's all about. My name is Mike Martinez. I hope you got something out of this little segment. At the very least, you know, you got some advice on how to handle a storm if it comes, and how to be a little bit better prepared for any kind of incidents that may happen. If that is the case and you have an issue, get in contact with me. My number is on this video, and we'll be speaking soon. Until then, wish you the best of success.
You watched our video. That makes you awesome. Don't forget to click like. See you next time.